And oh, there's your 3D view, manual control. Oh, whoops. There you go, manual control. Move the X table over. So just as simple as that.
Great.
So
Ship it.
Touchscreen works and everything ready to go. Yep. Nice. Alrighty. Excuse me, guys.
He's getting all choked up. He's never seen a printer work before.
Well, it's not entirely true.
Close enough.
Yeah. Absolutely. So there you have it, guys. Let's see. Home is the upper right corner. No. To home everything. Let me see if I can get this guy to get a better camera angle. I apologize, guys. I'm working with one hand here. There we go. Let me turn this just a little bit. Okay. So, I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but there's a single button right here that says Home All. And I'm going to get close enough so you guys can see that.
That's not going to home all. But
Yeah. I know why was already.
That's not home, but that's 0, 0.
Yeah.
Home is the park position, and it's the center. But normally you'll move off the side, so you have access to it when you're done building.
Yeah. Okay. So good question, Robbie. There you go. All right. And we'll be having, I'll be doing a couple of videos on this, guys. I'm going to readjust this guy really quick. There we go. So, there are quite a few videos that I'm going to be pushing out very, very soon. So anybody can watch this, and anyone can go from there.
Another build back in.
Okay, Carl's going to start another build, and he's going to be back in just 1 second. So, videos, sorry. The videos I've been working on this week, still editing the tramming video. There's a few things that I left out that I realized that need to be inside the video, so I took a few more clips, and I still got to edit them down a little bit. There are a few other videos that we've done about the accessories, and the accessories we haven't talked about very much at all. If you guys can hold on for just one moment, I'll show you a little bit of the accessories, specifically the brochures that we've been working on, and go from there. So. So, System 30, System 23, engine, the EMO, there you go, 25, which is each one of these brochures has a video that goes along with it too. The new hothead extruder, the watchmaker's light, the quiet storm, and these guys also have color as well. So, which is for cooling, your old school metrology, dial gauge, how to use it, how to tram, and then finally one of Carl's favorites, which is the inspector that you guys can see right here. We've shown this on a couple of the other past broadcasts for those people who want to do, inspection of their actual builds and inspection of just about anything else you guys are looking for. So, Powers USA asks, are the Mark 1 print heads in production now? Yes. Yes, they are. And we've got a total of we have a total of 7 of them in-house. And just so you guys know exactly what he's talking about, let me go ahead and pull this guy off. He's talking about this guy right here, which is the Mark 1 print head. Our version, or our Mark 1 print head. How did the smaller stepper motor work out? And the question, that's going to be the answer to that, is that we have the other one in the other room. And I believe that's the one that Carl is printing on right now. So we're putting it through a couple of tests. And we only have a total of 7 of these guys right now in house. And that includes the small guy. The smaller stepping motor that Powers USA is talking about. The reason why we're trying to get a smaller stepping motor on this guy and testing that guy out is to see if the amount of torque that's going to be coming off of these guys is enough to overcome any kind of slippage that would be occurring. So the smaller stepping motor by itself also increases if you're going to be doing the dual yoke situation. It also increases the amount of build area that you would have. So versus decreasing it with how long this particular stepping motor is. So there you go. Great question. Great question, Powers USA. Guys, I am so terribly sorry. I don't know what's tickling my throat. So anyway, it'll be cleared up before I go out to the Maker Faire. So yeah, I think that's just about it as of right now. When it comes to the things we've been working on and trying to get stuff to print. So I want to go into the other room, and what I want to do is I want to set up the camera so you guys can see what's over there, but I'll only do that when Carl comes back. Whew. So, does anybody have any other questions? Let's see. Oh. The EMO 25. We got a question about that this week, and I want to go ahead and push some individual pieces together. These are the 3 types of nozzles you're going to get. This is a 2mm, this is a 1.5, and this is a 1mm diameter nozzle. We also are selling these individual nozzles blank, meaning that they've got a small little dimple at the very tip, and on the reverse, on the inside of the actual nozzle by itself. So if you wanted to make your own, you can, and if you wanted to make your own nozzle size and diameter, you can do that as well. But we've done that because there have been a few people who have asked us if they can go larger, and also we've had a few people ask us if we can go smaller. And the answer is with the blank, the custom blank versions of these, yes you can. We highly suggest that you if you're going to do that, have a CNC lathe available, or a lathe that you trust and you know how to work on, or you know someone who has one and you trust with them, because if you don't get a dead nut sooner, it can cause an issue when it comes to printing. So, question is from Powers USA, will the production printed parts be black? And what you're talking about, are you talking about this part? Or are you talking about the actual parts that are the 3D printed parts that are supposed to be going on the machines? I'll let you give you a second for that to go through so you can ask that question. So, if you give me a moment, I'm going to go take your camera and I'm going to set
3D
up another
printed parts.
Oh, the 3D printed parts.
We haven't tried the black for. We understood that the black material was very difficult to print with, so we've avoided it. We haven't tried to print with it. But I'm thinking that well, I should not assume anything. On the MK1, we left because of radiation, not nuclear radiation, but because of radiated heat, we did not want to do black body radiation, so we stayed with a aluminum color for the hot part. That way it will emit less heat. Emissivity constant. On the machined blocks, they probably will eventually become black anodized. The first block of 55 are not anodized black. It's easier for us to machine them and modify them and to check them. Top cover and material feed. I think that's the body and the part that the motor mounts to. And I don't know. It might be a clear anodized, it might be a black anodized. We haven't decided yet. I mean, it would look awesome in all black. That will depend on how the little motor works out. And to answer your question, I'm still testing the little motor. It's been a very bizarre week, to say the least. So I don't have word that I'm happy with the little motor to the point at which it's in the main production yet. It'll be another week of testing before I feel like I'm ready to say that. The part we're printing right now is in green tonight. It's using a green plastic, that's correct. We have an open roll of it, so that's what we've been like. Will it be black when you ship? Well, we ship black plastic is the question. We don't have any black plastic that I know of because the black plastic prints terrible. If you want black plastic, we can try and get some for you, but most of the people are saying they have very bad results with the black ABS. Well, all the feedback we've had is it's very difficult to print and that it has a very poor texture. Something about the dye or the filler in it. And I can't be, I'm just passing on what I've heard from at least a dozen different sources. Is it, hold on. Is it pain? So does that mean is it plain? I thought ABS was fine. Black PLA. Oh, I don't think we have any black PLA either. I could look, but most of the PLA we have is light colors. We got a whole box of it here. And I could take a quick look. Let's take a look. We got orange, clear, yellow, white, or clear again, white or clear again, yellow, white or clear again, white or clear again, yellow, another green roll, blue. I think I saw a couple more reds in there. So it's mostly the colors I called out. There's quite a bit of the clear material, and oh, okay. Sorry about that. Someone said that black PLA had printing issues, but they hadn't heard about black ABS. We have heard that black ABS also has printing issues. Mm-hmm. We could be wrong. I think there's actually a roll of black on its way to us.
Yep.
I think it's in the shipment that Tide sent 3 days ago.
Yes.
Which, can you believe it was held up for Alpharetta City again?
I'm not surprised.
I wish somebody would update their database. We got annexed where we are like 4 years ago, and the DHL database still doesn't have the right city name for my street address. So about every third shipment, it gets stuck somewhere in a warehouse because somebody says, well, we don't think you're a real city. Yeah. And all the rest of the time it goes through without a hitch. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, answer your question. We'll have to check into the ABS, black ABS, and we'll try to do that this week. Okay, here comes a very good question. How many printed parts will be found in the final shipped units? All ABS. Number one, any part that we stick on our printer will be ABS, any printed part, because we are not going to ship a PLA. It's a great thing, just like plasticine is a great thing, but we don't feel like it's a structural material as far as the rigidity, the mechanical properties, and certainly not its elevated temperature. And since everything on the printer could eventually go above 70 degrees centigrade, depending on how it's being environmentally housed by your ingenious contraptions, the closet you stick it in or whatever, or maybe some kind of a beautiful chassis, then you would really regret PLA, because the 70 degrees C PLA is not a good idea.
No.
Oh, look at all those printers.
I know. Hold on a second, guys.
Wow.
I know. So
I guess he's gonna. I'm not good enough for tonight.
that's not it, guys. Hold on just 1 second. I'm trying to get at. Let's see. Let's go to.
Where is that place? Is that in Shenzhen?
No. Where is screen region? There you go. So, that's a pretty poor picture. So hold on a second,
You
guys.
can open MCAP up.
What?
You can make that bigger, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's true.
Is that VNC?
Yes, it is.
Can you drag and open it?
Yes, I can. So,
Wow. Wow.
there you go, guys. So as you guys can see here, we've got a total of 5 little guys.
Is that one on the end actually printing?
Yes, the one on the end is actually printing.
How
That's
did you do that?
Oh, I'm not that good.
I think there's an old man in there working. Let me go see if I can say hello to him.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, there he is. Oh, wow. I can do that, but of course it'll take another 5-10 minutes to do so. So
That's actually the best print yet.
that's the best print yet?
Yet.
Oh, wow. Well, okay, guys.
God bless Aquanet.
So,
You've had more men put their eyes out in that hairdo, but truth of it is, it's great for sticking a glass.
yeah.
So let me go back through the parts with the ABS. I didn't want to sidestep that question. There are basically going to be 2 or 3 parts out of plastic. One is the cover that goes over the top, and you've all seen that. We got our Felix the Cat bag of tricks anywhere around here.
Which one are you looking for?
The cover.
Which cover?
For the spine cover.
Oh,
Here.
yeah. That's right there.
Okay. Hard to believe, but true.
Okay.
One of these puppy dogs. Okay. And 1 or 2 of these, depending on what kind of options we're putting on it.
Yep.
Oh, this one's the short version we're working on right now. I'll tell you what, once you get used to working with the printer and changing something to print it out, it's a lot of fun. I know. Send your printer to you so you can share some of the fun. It's on its way.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see.
If you want to order, Carl.
Oh, thank you. He's choking up.
How many printer parts have we found out? Okay, you just answer that question.
2 or 3. It'll be 2 of these, possibly, at least 1, because this is a dual feed sensor. And we were trying to incorporate 2 of these, so you get a total of 4 material feeds. And then 1 of these puppy dogs. So that's why I say 2 or 3. 2 separate designs, but it could be 2 of these, 1 of these. That was fun.
Yes.
Roast.
All right.
You know, JoJo. Sorry, man. By the way.
Yes.
Oh. Don't dial 911. I can still breathe.
Yeah. Same here.
With.
Lynn 9, thank you very much for. Hey, I think I know who that is. Thank you very much, Lynn, for joining us for the very first time tonight. Thank you.
Yes, the answer. Well, we have the files to print extras if we need them. The answer is yes. But I don't really expect you to need them. They're not something that'll break out. What about the end cap for the X-arm? He never lets me off. He always catches me. Who is this guy?
Powers USA.
Do you have like a detective over here or what? We were just discussing that this morning because if you have the scanner option, then the DB9 sticks out the cover that we're going to print.
Yep.
And we're not sure if we're going to print that or leave it open in the front. I'm sure we have to do something to close it off. So it might be one of the parts you guys print, but we hope not. We'll look at that. I'll give you an answer before the next broadcast by showing you what it is.
Yes.
So that is not a mission critical part, so we are not dying on that one. And if you see, we need to make a place for a DB9 if you're going to have a DB9 on it. So there'd be two different parts, both of them would plug in, and that's just the reason why we haven't chosen what to do. We're still confused and dazed as to how prolific the scanners will be.
Yes. So Powers USA, to answer your question, as along those lines as well, you're not in the very first 4 that are going to be going out the door. So you don't have to worry about that for this coming week. Yeah, the first 4, some of them are going to be local people, so that we can easily deliver that particular piece if we decide to go that particular way. So there you go.
But he's in the second batch, isn't he?
Second or third, yes.
Okay,
that's correct. Yes, that's correct.
It's hot in here.
I know.
We turned the air conditioner off because we're bringing cross ventilation while we print. So it actually comes from upstairs, downstairs, out the door, back out the garage while we're printing. So that's why we're a little bit overheated. I know it's September and we had a beautiful day today, but it was 83 degrees outside, so it's still warm. Let's see. Are you planning to have engines to deliver in New York next week? Affirmative.
Oh, that's right. Powers USA is coming down. I forgot about that. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Affirmative, and will be confirmed on Wednesday.
Yes.
Exactly which engines are going.
Yeah.
We have 10 on deck, 5 that are ready for print tests and boxing. I think you fit in that group.
Yeah.
We just the next 3 days go. He fits in that group.
Yes.
All right. So
yours does.
How the next 3 days go? Although everything's printing fine. I mean, I'm having issues with Slicer. I'm having issues with Slicer leaving unhealed vortices. But part of that is not Slicer's problem. Part of it is the Libre problem. So we're still learning what we do. We're using MeshLab to take the STL files from Libre, and we're running some of the filters on to close up or heal where there's disjointed lines and that were causing boundaries to be misinterpreted. Once we run that, it slices up pretty good. And I just learned another thing. Don't put an extremely small radius on anything because it already has the radius of the material. When you put an extremely small radius on, it still uses the same number of lines.
Yeah.
So it thinks it's moving, and it's actually micro-moving while pumping out the juice. And you can actually flood a zone if you try to put in a radius that's too small. So a lot of little tidbits. And one great thing about tonight's printing that we've been doing, or today's printing, is it's raftless. It's not requiring a raft, I think. I'm going to run and check on this other one because I am running it with raftless, and I'm running it at a lower temperature, trying to see where our thresholds are. And the Aquanet is so far so good. And that's printing on regular Home Depot glass. So I shall be right back.
All right.
Testify.
Okay, so the one thing that you did not see on the actual thing. Let's see. Alan asks, what is too small of a radius? 2 millimeter, 1 millimeter? That's a very good question. Well, I can show you guys this part, and someone always moves the calipers. Invariably, someone always moves the calipers.
By far the best. Is coming out beautiful.
Okay. Al asks a very good question, which is what is too small radius? Too small of a radius. 1 millimeter.
I put in some like 15 mil radiuses, so a quarter of a millimeter. And what happens is, if you tell it it's a 1/4 millimeter radius, which you're already going to get just from the plastic turn in the corner, it decides it's going to make that out of 16 line segments. So you have 16 line segments that each move is about 0.03 of an inch. And so it's going like that. Well, it doesn't shake up the printer, but what it does do is, because they're small and there's incremental time to moving those, it floods the zone and just piles on a lot of extra material. So, I mean, there's no point in putting a radius that small because you're going to get it just by turning the corner. I mean, you actually get a pretty good radius from turning the corner.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this is, and in this case I'm not mistaken, that is,
Yeah.
there, that is a radius, let's see if I can get it to a corner.
Up. You have to bring it up in the center.
Sorry.
There you go.
There you go. So that's what a sharp radius looks like. And I accidentally, well, as long as you're here listening to good stories, I'll tell you how it works. When we work on the CNC, we get parts off, and they're beautiful, but the edges are sharp, like cut your hand sharp.
Yeah.
So we go through a process called deburring. Well, if when you come to a sharp corner, you put just a little tiny radius as it goes around the corner, it makes it dull. It makes it easy and smooth and looks gorgeous. So we often put 25 or 50 thousandths 050 radiuses on all the corners unless there's a specific purpose for it. And in that case, we just thought, well, hey, we do it out there, let's try it here. But duh, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it because the way the lines are generated is different between the two machining technologies.
Yeah.
So it's just something I pass along. If you're a machinist who's used to using a CNC and you use tricks like that, when you come and you use the printer, just let the natural radius be it. If you need a bigger radius, like a 0.15 or a 0.20 radius, no problemo. Okay, anything greater than a millimeter or 2 is going to be great.
Yeah.
Well, I generate STL files. When I generate STL files, I try to use injection molded tooling guidelines.
My STL files always seem to be great.
Nice.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Pro Guy. So you heard it first from one of our backers. So yeah. Huh.
These guys are so smart.
I know.
It's too bad we don't all live in the same community, huh?
Yeah. No kidding. That would be a heck of a.
It'd be the vortex of the 3D printing universe.
Really would.
So,
Powers, you say, okay, we will let you know if your engine makes the cut, and yeah. If by Wednesday,
I don't see a reason why it won't.
Yeah. If by Wednesday is that okay? Russ will let you know. Hopefully, that's enough lead time. So we just want to make sure it's dialed in, soup to nuts, good to go. Okay, Wednesday is fine. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Talked about the surveys. We talked about the small motor a little bit. That you're testing that out. We tried the Aquanet.
It's great.
It works great.
It's great. I'm doing the 12-hour build right after this.
Yeah. And I'll have pictures of that, and you'll be able to see those guys. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Oh, after I talked a little bit about the trips. I talked a little bit about our schedule that we have coming up from the World Maker Fair, the Toronto Maker Fair, South Tech. Possibly going out to California. Those types of things.
My schedule, I've got 2 trips to the West Coast planned. End of September, and then it's end of September or the first week in October.
Okay.
And then the last week in October. So I have 2 trips planned back to back.
Yeah.
We can ship units. I can follow up with them. I can also carry up to.
2, 3.
I think we can carry everybody that's bought one.
Okay.
In those 2 trips for sure.
Okay.
So
that's to the LA area, LA basin area.
The LA area.
Mm-hmm.
Les Music's unit will be going out by ground transportation. this week. It's going to go.
Yep.
We've got the Florida guys should be covered.
Yeah,
And,
Rafa's, yeah.
And we got some of the local backers that'll come in there the week after the Maker Faire.
Correct.